channel. So it's my second stream of today. I did one earlier, not long ago. Sorry, yes, yeah.
So good.
Just championships preview stream, so not that long ago. We finished that up, but we're here for Champions League. That's what we're here to discuss. And I got Tyler, aka T-Boys TV, one of the starting players for Liverpool versus Real Madrid. And yeah, Show is joining us.
I wish I was a starting player for Liverpool. Do you know what I mean? Especially in the Champions League final. You know what I mean?
Just okay, yeah. Show is just having issues logging in, so if he doesn't join, so so yeah. You got Brian.
Yes, Ravi, big up yourself, mate. Big up yourself.
Yeah,
Good to see you on here, mate.
Yeah. So let's get into just we're going to start off with Real Madrid and their path to the Champions League final. I think it's one of the more difficult paths.
Yeah, 100%.
Especially last. I still don't know how they haven't been knocked out. Because for me, they shouldn't be in this position. I'm not the group stages. I will only look like at a table. Let me share the screen of mine. Harry, we're going to come back to your question. Just quickly want to look at group stages for both. Okay, so of course, Liverpool was in a group of Atletico, Porto, and Milan, and they did a clean sweep, 6 out of 6 wins for them. So, I the after the group stage, many people favored Liverpool to win, of course, the whole tournament, um, and mm, it looked like they were going to do it. Now they're in the final. What were your thoughts after the group stage and just seeing Liverpool going absolute dismantling this group?
Absolutely magnificent. You know, a lot of people called it the group of death. You know, thought it was going to be a very tough group, but we ended up getting 6 out of 6 wins. You know, and I remember the last game, even though we was already through, obviously due to the other results. I remember I was actually in Liverpool, met James Redmond, who's obviously a big Liverpool YouTuber, so to speak, and a lot of other Liverpool fan channels. And yeah, it was sick because I was sitting around with them, and you know, it was a good game to watch, even though we was already through. You know, it's good to see like certain players like some of the youngsters got given a game, like Tyler Morton and that at the San Siro. You know, that's something they can tell their kids in the future. Do you know what I mean? Players like that to be playing in that sort of tournament is just phenomenal. But you know, it's real quality. You know, to win 6 out of 6. You know, first ever English team to do that. It was just phenomenal, and I really didn't expect it. Like I thought it would be the group of death as well. I still thought we'd win it. But I didn't think we'd win it as convincingly as we did.
Yeah. Um,
Here he is.
hey,
Here he is.
Hey, finally got in. Sorry about the delay, guys.
No, all good, all good. We just Liverpool, of course, made a clean sweep of this group. What were your thoughts when, when you saw just Liverpool going on to win this whole group with ease?
I thought the only stumbling block may have been playing at the Wanda, but the rest of it was going to be pretty easy. 'Cause, Diego Simeone, once anyone comes to the Wanda, they kind of just play a low block, and I mean you saw how frustrated they got when City did it against them, but that's what they do. That's their tactic. I did not. Don't get me wrong. Milan won the Scudetto, but I didn't think that was going to be a big issue for us in Champions League.
Yeah.
And then knockout stages. Once I saw who was our last game for the semis?
Villarreal.
Yeah. Once I saw Villarreal, I was like, as our draw, I was like, oh, we made it to the finals. Didn't even think that the next two legs were going to be important at all, or a conflict at all. It was just like, yep, good job, guys.
Yeah.
Tyler, what did you think about the group stage?
Yeah, no, I literally just said my thoughts before you come on. For the last game, even though it's already sound because we was already through. I remember I was actually in Liverpool and I met quite a few of the Liverpool YouTubers and we done like videos together and watched the game together. And it's just good to see, how good we done in the group. It's phenomenal, to win all them games with everyone calling it a group of death. I thought it'd be a lot tougher than it was. Still thought we'd, win the group, but I thought it'd be a lot tougher. And, to players like Tyler Morton, for example, to be playing at the San Siro is just phenomenal. Something you can tell his kids in the future in a Champions League game. It's just unreal, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I missed your recap earlier.
No, it's all right. Don't worry about
that. For me, when I was just hoping you guys would slip up somewhere. I think on my predictions I predicted Atletico Madrid to get a result every time they face you, just because. But maybe Liverpool will slip up, but of course it. Now we look at Real Madrid in a group with Inter, Sheriff, and Shakhtar. This is almost the exact same group. I just think Sheriff were not in the group last season. Yeah, I think that's the only difference. Difference in that. Of course, Real Madrid made it a clean sweep almost, but they lost to Sheriff. So that was a shock, I think, for many people. For them losing against Sheriff, don't expect it. And that's that. So yeah. But
I mean, Sheriff doesn't even have a shirt sponsor. They aren't. I mean, they did not expect them to, be in the Champions League. No one would expect them to win, let alone against Madrid.
Yeah. Yeah, they were actually really phenomenal, considering no one, like you said, expected them to be in it. They actually done really well.
Yeah. And then Inter's been having some issues. But I mean, they got at that point, the beginning of the season, Inter had some issues, but by the end, of course, they got themselves kind of together. But I mean, who didn't expect Madrid to win that group?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now we're all onto the round of 16, of course. Real Madrid at PSG and Liverpool had Inter. Now, Inter versus Liverpool. I think it was probably
Quiet
uh,
down. 1 second.
I think it was a good game for to test you guys, but uh, you guys were just too good. What are your thoughts um, on that tie?
Um, yeah, it was one of them, wasn't it? Where it was 0-0 for ages, and then it took Liverpool a few changes to make. I remember Firmino come on, and he was one of the main impacts that game. And then as soon as he come on, got the job done away. Really, that's all I can really say. Scored a great header that game, and then we scored shortly after. It was one of them games where it took us a while to get into the swing of things, and then the impact changes were made, and then we got the win.
Yeah,
And it was kind of at that point in the season where you start to see the pattern or the play style of what Liverpool's second half was going to be. Whereas in the first half, or not say second half of like the Prem season, where in the first half of any given match, you're seeing us not exactly playing the full press, not exactly driving towards the goal. It's more of a test, find the weakness, find the chink in the armor, making, like Tyler said, make those impact subs for the second half, and then that's when we just go to the wall.
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
I think that's one of those matches where you can early on see that.
yeah. And of course, Real Madrid um, sitting back at the Stade de France, or no, not the Stade de France, PSG Stadium. I know what it is called. But I
Pack
sat
de
back
France.
that, and they sat back, and it was only a late winner by Kylian Mbappe to make it 1-0. And did you guys think Real Madrid were going to get knocked out after seeing the first leg?
Who's going first?
Tyler, you go ahead. You go
Um,
ahead. You go ahead.
I thought I remember watching that game, and I was very surprised. I know it's away and that, but I was very surprised the way they were sitting back, considering, you know, away goals. It doesn't even matter. Like, I know they're the away side, but I just expected more from them that game. They're very lenient, I felt, with what they were doing. And then obviously Mbappe got the goal at the end. In the reverse fixture, I still thought PSG were going through. I thought it'd be a close game. But obviously, the Benzema masterclass appeared, and that's appeared a lot during this Champions League, and really in the league as well for him. So I thought they were going out. I thought it was finally PSG's time to actually go far, but clearly not.
My thought is that PSG is kind of. I mean, I might say I have a little bit of bias being a Liverpool fan, but I really don't think that any of the oil money teams
Dad, you're a
do.
huge Liverpool fan.
Yes, I am. Give me a second. Um, I don't think any of the oil money teams do well outside of their domestic leagues. So, also, PSG plays with 11 men on the pitch, but they only defend with about seven. So I don't think that they would ever. I don't think they're gonna win in their current setup until you get the likes of Messi, Neymar, Di Maria, and Mbappe back playing defense. You're not going to see them winning because those guys are just going to hang around the center of the pitch looking for a fast break to where they can get their glory. I didn't think Madrid was going to lose on the second leg at all. And just like he said, that the Benzema masterclass comes in. That man has knocked in so many Champions League goals, and I can't believe at one point Madrid was looking to replace that Cristiano hole. There's no hole, just people were overlooking Benzema. Just a moment, bud. You guys still hear me?
Yeah, we can still hear you.
Okay.
Yeah. Now we move on to the quarterfinal. So you played against Benfica. I don't think there was any worries of not going through. What was there?
No, Benfica was a rotation match.
Yeah.
Let a couple of the guys relax. Try not to get any injuries. We know we're going through. We may have to make some changes around 70 minutes of one match. Doubtful. We'll have to make that kind of change around both. And then let's get this win, go on, and think about other matches. Let's think about the league. Let's think about the FA Cup at that point. You know what I mean? So there's no
Yeah.
doubt of us not going through there.
And then of course Chelsea versus Real Madrid, where we had an absolute horror show from Chelsea. Yeah, and then not going to discuss. No, I, then no. Um, no, Benfica made it. You guys drew of Benfica, but you played your young, not you played your young people, play
Hmm.
experience and everything. Then
Rotated a fair bit. You know, Shimikas was
Yep.
playing. I think Firmino started that game, didn't he? So it's well, obviously he's
yeah,
not really starting now, is he? You know, so it was fairly rotational.
yeah,
In terms
and
of
then
Bobby, I think he's a lot Milner, like Millie. I think they both come in to hold the position of the game we're in.
Yeah, yeah,
Neither one of them are really starters. They're still amazing footballers, but we put them in when we need to lock down where we are.
yeah, and then of course Chelsea made a comeback 3-0, and then Real Madrid somehow came back. I still don't know how, but they did. And Benfica drew a few guys, but yeah. And then semi-final, Villarreal. I've basically Liverpool were through after the first leg, and City Real Madrid. This game really tested. I would not say tested, but it was tough for Real Madrid. Mm,
I mean, City's a decent side. So yeah, it was a bit of a test for Madrid, but I think Madrid exposed them very well, and hopefully we took notes.
yeah, yeah. No, definitely.
yeah, mm,
And
yeah,
I think I may have said this. I don't know if it was the last stream I did with you guys or not, but I definitely told some of my teammates here that out of City and Madrid, I was tired of playing City. Like we see them in every cup, and we see them in the home league. I I kind of want that revenge match against Madrid. With a solid keeper in the back who isn't Karras, with Mo who doesn't get his shoulder dislocated. Like I want to see a full strength side, and I was kind of happy to see that Fab and Thiago made the list.
yeah. But uh, we need to end up quickly. So I'm just quickly going to go through the comments. Should Liverpool start Konate over Meta?
Um, this
Uh,
is where I stand in it, right? So Virgil van Dijk and Kanate have been the two for the Champions League. So I'd stick that. Even though Kanate the other day did mistime the header, which led Wolves to get their first goal, I would still start him. Like I said, that has been the two in the Champions League. So just stick with it. And at the end of the day, if it's not working out, you can do 5 changes in this game as well, can't you? So if need be, bring Matip on or.
Yeah. Sure.
My my question is, what is Klopp's mentality in this? It's literally the last game of our entire season. Are we going to go out and play our full press all 90 minutes, or are we going to do the 45 test and then 45 press? If we're doing 90 minutes, put in Matip because he pushes forward, he dribbles into areas, and he distributes very well. Kanate does not do that. He sits back with Verge, and Verge puts balls over the top. Kanate doesn't. He's there to be the solid defense. If we're just gonna, like I said, do the test, the probe for the first 45, Kanate. But Matip, he wants to go forward. Joel wants to get a goal. He wants to get a header. He wants to distribute near the 18.
Mm. Yeah. Okay. But because I need to leave soon to go to a
Okay.
party, um, score predictions.
I've gone with an absolute crazy one. So I think after 90 minutes, it's going to be 2-2. And I think it's going to go extra time. And I think. What do I think? I think Real Madrid will. No, Liverpool will score to make it 3-2. Then Real Madrid will score near the end of the first half of extra time. And then Liverpool will score in the second half of extra time and win the whole thing. I think it's going to be mental. This time, I don't think Real Madrid will get the winning one.
Okay.
I think at the end of the first half, it's going to come out 1-1. And then I think that Liverpool's fitness is going to overpower Cruz or Modric in the midfield, and then we're just going to start cooking. And either 2-1 or 3-1, the final Liverpool full time. I think the second half you're going to see us outrun them, outpress them, and outpossess them.
Yeah. Okay. My prediction 2-1 Real 1. Easy job for Real. And yeah, but I got to end off. So yeah, thanks for coming on.
Thanks
I
for
think
having me.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks for having us, mate.
All right, everyone, enjoy your party.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you, guys.
exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do a post match.
Maybe. Yeah. So